I met him when he was in college. He showed me some of the movie, and then he showed me the graphic novel that he was working on, and he had his story with me. But today, science fiction has allowed filmmakers to be able to create worlds. And when you look at cinema, much like, you look at the Westerns. Westerns in the 50s, 40s, 50s, it allowed, the great filmmakers like Wilder or John Ford to be able to give an audience an epic experience, but also have these wonderful stories, human stories interwoven, but take an audience to a different place. And with science fiction today, and what we can do with cinema, we can create these worlds for audiences and have unique stories. And science fiction, what Kubrick did for science fiction, at that time when we were all watching the space program, yours and ours, we were seeing space in black and white. And prior to that, you had kind of these serials, cinematic serials. We go like Buck Rogers was quite big before that. And then came Kubrick, where for the first time, world audiences were seeing space in color. And then the genre, the next kind of big step, I think, because Spielberg does not consider Close Encounters or E.T. to be science fiction. He feels that his first science fiction film was the one that we did together, Minority Report. But then you look at how when Ridley Scott, what he did with Alien, and Blade Runner, those kind of took the visual leaps and story leaps at that point. And now today we use, we're able with science fiction to, as I said, create these magnificent worlds. But Joseph Kosinski, he and I, we spoke a lot about different kinds of stories and different kinds of techniques. When an audience is watching this film, what they have to understand about Joe Kosinski is he is a visionary filmmaker. And what I mean by that is, he's using a camera called an F65 for us kind of cinephiles. We know what that is. But he sat down and he told me how he wanted to make this film. And when you see the Sky Tower, that set was built in Baton Rouge. But what he did was, as opposed to green screen, what he did was he went for weeks and had cameras atop a volcano in Hawaii to film cloud formations and sunrises and sunsets. Then when we shot it, he took those cloud formations and the film that he had and he edited it down. And then on the set we had massive screens, all bigger, higher than these walls and ceiling. And then he would project those cloud formations onto these screens. So what happens is when you're seeing the Sky Tower, the reflections, it's telling a story. It has an intimacy for the characters in the world, and he's trying to engage the audience. And that's how it was lit. So we use that as natural lighting as opposed to using green screen and then lighting internally and then trying to figure out later. That's just one aspect, and that's something that has never been done before. Actually, when we were doing it, I remember, while we were prepping it, we were all hoping that it was going to work, and it allows the audience to enter a world. The film itself has a haunting view. We went in the studio, agreed that we could shoot in Iceland or in California where Crater Lake takes place. And have the film feel textural for the audience, and it has this visual beauty that really takes you into the world. And Joe Kosinski has an amazing aesthetic. I mean, the story is his, the world he created is very much his, from top to bottom. So, it wasn't like we assigned each other movies; we just knew the movies quite intimately.
Дверей для русских актеров не только в ролях бандитов и алкоголиков русских.
Кстати, очень было бы интересно сыграть бандита. Я еще не играла. Но если с этой ролью сломать стереотип, я буду только очень рада.
We did that at Mission also, with Matt. And yeah? No, he was a good guy. What are you talking about? Not in Mission Impossible.
Кстати, я хотела добавить про насчет прежнего вопроса, спросили, какие фильмы пересматривали. Я вот пересмотрела даже несколько раз «Солярис» Тарковского, потому что я подумала, что фильм очень подходил по теме. Во-первых, мой персонаж космонавт, в космос полетел, плюс там очень хорошо разбирается тема памяти. И в нашем фильме как раз эта тема затрагивается.
Пожалуйста.